Welcome, everyone, to the Primeval Cast, episode 13. I am your host, Matrixlord212, and I'm with Louie. What's up, Louie?
Oh, I'm feeling a lot of feelings. I've just put on in the background episode 1 of Primeval, series 1, to literally 10 years. It's 10 years old, 8 minutes ago. It's just weird to think that 10 years ago I was sitting down watching it. Never would have thought 10 years later I would be speaking about it in such affection. I adore this show. It's amazing. So it's just, it's great. It's great.
And
There's
a lot
other
of
people as
people
well.
do want it to come back, too. I mean, there's a
You
lot of fan pages.
You can see a lot of commotion about it. It was trending earlier, but yeah, you can go on Twitter. The hashtag at the minute is Primeval at 10. But yeah, there's a lot of people talking about it, which is great to see, and it shows that it's still up and running.
It's still very popular.
I don't know if you're familiar with Cult Box TV. There's they do some Doc 2 articles.
Okay.
They posted a big article on Primeval today, which is great.
Oh, nice. All right, so today we're going to cover the finale of season 2, episode 7. So why don't you just basically start it off?
Oh, well, after the jaw-dropping finale or cliffhanger that was episode 6, we are slap bam brought into episode 7. We have a scene with Jenny Lewis and Professor Nick Cutter, and they are in a cell. Little do they know they're being filmed.
Right.
Being monitored by Oliver Leake and Helen Cutter, and they're having a little heart-to-heart. Jenny's quite stressed, I think, safe to say. She's quite annoyed, she's panicking. Cutter's kind of just given up at this point. He doesn't really know what's going on. He's just...
But we find out about Jenny she broke up with her fiance.
Broke up with her fiance because he thought she was having an affair, but it was a job and she couldn't tell him. And I think deep down, Cutter's kind of pleased that that's happened because he's a step closer to getting Claudia back, even if it's through her, if that makes sense.
Right.
He has to start again, but he's a step closer.
Yes.
But yeah, they're talking, and he's saying that he still loves Helen deep down, and he's kind of playing on that. He keeps saying, "Oh, we had something so special," and Jenny's like, "But she's trying to kill you. Like she tried to blow up the ark," and he says, "That wasn't Helen. That was Leek. Like that's not Helen's style." Right. And he's still trying to defend her, and I think Jenny's quite frustrated at this point. Like you actually still care about her, like
right. And even Helen is affected by it.
Yeah, she's kind of like, it changes because I think that deep down she still loves Nick, and the reason she's doing it with Steven, why she's messing with Steven, is to mess with Cutter, to get him back for rejecting him that time.
Absolutely.
I don't know what your thoughts on that are.
I thought it was very telling. Well, we got an echo now, I think. For some reason, I'm being repeated. I don't know if you got your laptop on and your phone on.
No,
but yeah. Okay. So I thought it was like shocking when he said that, but then you got to really look at like why he's saying it. I mean, obviously they're in their prison, designed by them, so they, Cutter probably has an idea that they're listening in.
He does say that later on.
He does. He does. And the thing is that it's like who's playing who, because they're a little overconfident. Oliver Leake is overconfident. Helen's overconfident. We see that Oliver brings in Caroline to Abby and Connor, and we get a little bit of a face-off there where Abby is fighting Caroline.
She's finally able to just beat the shell because she's
great. It was great.
This has been building up since they first met. Like,
yes,
even when she did nothing wrong, Abby still didn't like her, and I think it's because in series 1 it's Connor that loves Abby, and she completely is against it. But then as soon as he gets with someone else, I think she starts to realize that she does like him in that way, and she kind of gets a bit jealous, and it takes her this long to kind of realize it.
Yeah,
and it has to be Caroline.
It was funny how Connor separated them, but he's holding Abby. He's not holding Caroline.
you have Leek's commentary through the whole thing, like
Yeah,
teasing
Oliver
them.
Leaks is like, he's like, yeah, you're a geek like me. I wanted you to have a date. I wanted you to have whatever. Like, I'm trying to help you out. Like, meaning like he felt bad for Connor away, but he used this situation to.
He's like, we're the geeks, Connor. We never get the pretty girls. He's like, speak for yourself. And
That was
and they
great.
just look at him like, shut up.
Yeah, it's funny how like he's in this reality, but in season 1 he didn't exist. Oliver Leak.
He was
kind of
Claudia
trade. Well, I don't know if he was Claudia Brown.
Brown. Well, no, he wasn't Claudia, but he had like in this reality.
Things were just weird. I don't know.
Anything
People
that
just
happened in
exist.
series
Don't
one,
exist.
like
Is not
Claudia's.
weird.
He had Claudia's role in series 1, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. So, I then there's another thing that Oliver is setting up a trap. He drops off like the creatures, like the scorpion, the Silurian scorpion in the beach, and it starts killing people. And then Lester has to call up Steven, who's just laying around doing nothing because he's fired. And, he's like, I'm doing it by myself. I don't want no help. I'm okay. And he just so pissed off that he's able to take on the scorpion and trap him. And you think he's going to die at the end, but, he has him tied to a rope.
Yeah.
So he's like, call your men and get this thing out of here. And
Lester's like, you need to help Steven. I can't get hold of the others. And he's just like, because he believes him to be the traitor, he's just like, I'll help, but I want no backup. If I see like one of your men there, I'm leaving.
Yeah, but it's funny how Helen, she's playing Steven always.
Yeah, she's always one step ahead of him.
Yeah.
Which is very sad to see.
A big scene I really loved was that Helen wanted to talk to Jenny, Lewis, and Cutter.
This is a great scene.
And she's talking, and now Jenny Lewis knows that
Cutter wasn't bullshitting.
Claudia Brown is her, but in another reality that's gone. And she was just,
I think before she trusts Cutter, but she doesn't believe him. And I still think, even when Helen says it, she's still a bit like...
I would have hoped he would have... Yeah, I mean, that was a really cool scene, but...
Sorry, excuse me.
It makes you wonder, like, what the hell Helen really wants. Does she want Cutter's affections? Does she want him to work with her? Does she don't care about anybody? Because I don't think I think she cares more about Cutter than Steven. I don't think she really likes Steven. I think she just used Steven,
I think the way for her to get at Cutter is by getting to Steven.
Right. I don't think she ever had a feeling for Steven at all.
No, I think
other than as a pawn.
Yeah. In her game.
But why don't you just talk to us about the episode?
Well, there's that scene we were talking about, and she's like touching Claudia, and it's really kind of creepy. She's like examining her, and she's just like, back off. And she's she's a bit more feistier than the original.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you'll be safe. I think you'll be like more happy with your friends. She's like, come with me.
Right.
And she basically explains the reason they're doing this is Leek wants power, so she gives him the creatures, and in return he allows her to like experiment on time, and like she wants to recreate the change of series 1 that changed Claudia, and Cutter's completely against that. He's saying we've changed it before, and he's lost people that he.
She wants to alter the future.
She wants to see if she can manipulate it for her own benefits, really.
Right. I mean, whatever the future is, she knows what it is. Futuristic technology.
She said
she wants to alter it.
She's like, I've seen what happens, and I want to change it. And he's like, well, what?
She probably wants to rule the future. That's what it is. Like, she wants to.
I'm not even sure. I think she just wants. I don't know if when you watch future series, you might have a different perspective on it. Okay. So I'm not going to say anything on that until we get to that bridge, to cross that bridge. But for me, I think maybe she's just seen what the future's like. She wants to change to her own accord. So I think she wants it for her benefit, not to rule. I think Leek's more egotistical in the sense that he wants it for him. Like, he's sick of being the little man pushed around by Lester. But
she's like more like science, you mean?
Yeah, she's more sciencey. I think she wants to see the benefits of getting rid of a few things. That's what I'm going to say.
Right. Okay. And we also have the room with all the creatures are in it.
It's a very cool room. I love the and I love how it's not just creatures from series 2 as well. There's some series 1 creatures.
Yes.
which is a nice touch, I thought. We have the scene with the saber tooth, and obviously it's like that's the one that killed Valerie.
Yeah, and then Abby's going against it, but like
Yeah.
you know, trying to see if she could
Like
survive it or do something like to tame it or whatever. But it winds up, Leek really pushes the issue where he wants them all to die, and Cutter like tricks him, like he throws water on it, but really once he connects his laptop to the main computer, he infects the whole entire thing because Connor infected a virus on it originally.
Mm-hmm.
So they lose control of everything.
Where even Helen says, "You've had your silly little games, now stop it. Like, let them go."
Yeah.
And he's like, "You do not give me orders," and she's just like, she's like, "You are nothing without me." Like,
yeah.
And it's like, I think that must be really infuriating for Leek because he's doing this for power, and he still doesn't have power because it's Helen that's, again, Helen's in charge. She can drop him like that.
And I do like the fact that Jenny Lewis has got like a gun. She's taking charge.
Mm-hmm. You kind of see her
she's like
leader kind of come out.
Yeah, like she's just leading everybody. I'm gonna fight. I'm shooting this person. It was like,
She's
wow.
Like, oh, I did clay pigeon shoot. Like, it's a really cool scene because at this point, like, anyone could die. Like,
Right. It starts to get out of hand, and then Helen contacts Steven saying, "Save me." And she tries to twist it.
Says they're all dead. Lester killed them all. He's got these creatures. Cutter's just died. I'm gonna die too. I need to get over here. He's just done this whole scorpion thing. And so he's like, "Oh, I'm on my way." And she goes, "Throw your phone into the sea. Throw it. Like, get rid of it. No one can track."
She don't want him trapped. She
doesn't want him to ring up and check, because at this point Lester knows that they're in trouble, so he'll probably ring Steven. So it's very clever what she does. And you have that scene where she's like, "Come on, Nick, let's do this together." And he's just like, "Put your arms where I can see him. Like, I'm taking you to Lester." And he's pissed. He's really Cutter's like completely lost it. I think this is a bit where this is like the moment he's kind of over her, and it's just all about getting Claudia back from this point onwards. Like, Helen has betrayed him, has messed with him so much that he's just like, we need to get the others, we need to get out of here. This is done.
I think one of the scenes was cool is that Caroline tries to help out Rex.
Yeah, she is very scared and she's crying the whole time. And Abby and Connor have a nice little heart to heart, and even Abby kind of says like, "You were played," but like,
Abby tries to protect Caroline too. She's like, "Let's get all together when we find off the creatures." But also, it was nice that Caroline was carrying Rex and she gave it to Abby, and Abby's like, "Thank you."
Rex is shot by a soldier.
She's trying to make up for what she's done.
Yeah, she says, "I brought you into here. Least I can do is get him out."
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know about you, but when Rex was shot, I was like, "Oh God, if Rex dies."
It makes you wonder that maybe she didn't put him in the fridge. Maybe it was Leek that did it. Like that time,
didn't realize.
I don't think it was her at all. I think because I don't see her as destroying a fly. I mean, maybe hitting. I mean, I don't think it was her now. I think it was Leek's people that did that, or maybe not. I don't know. Maybe it got in the fridge.
I think it was her, but I don't think she realized
that he was in there. Maybe he just flew in there.
No, I think she did it on purpose. I think she was just doing it to get to Abby, but I don't think she realized what she was doing.
Like maybe she thought it survives in the cold, and she didn't know it survives. Yeah.
I don't know. I think she was a bitch, to be quite frank. But I think that she kind of redeemed herself by helping, and it was very like, good for you. Like, I forgive you for doing that. Like,
I like it that I like the fact that Cutter is taken on the futuristic predator by himself.
Yeah,
and
that's
he
a really
decides
good
to control his heart rate and lower it, where he's in complete control, where the thing can't really sense him too well.
And he's just like, because at that point, Cutter's fucked. Like, he's on his own. He's got a gun that's completely useless against these things, and Leek's there, and Leek can control them using the neuro clamp, and he's just like.
But it's funny. He just rips the clamp off the creature, and the creature dies instantly.
I think at that point he's just like, he has no other options. Like, he literally just has to think on his feet, because Leek's blackmailing Lester again, saying like, "I'm gonna kill."
Yeah, I think the great scene was when Cutter just throws the clamp into the electricity, which it shorts out all the clamps. And then we get all the futuristic predators are not controlled anymore. And Leek is just scared, screaming, and Lester and his people watch Leek like completely get obliterated and die. You know, Louie there. Uh-oh, I think I lost my co-host. Drop out, come back in, Louie. If you can hear me. Hello? We're live. This is what happens when you're live sometimes. Some technical difficulties. I can't hear Louie. Hopefully he can drop out and come back in. And then we also get a situation where it's, you know, they got to make sure the futuristic predators don't escape this area. Because if they do, humanity is going to be destroyed. So they need to contain it and keep the futuristic predators in there. So they ask Cal, well, let me just see if Louie can come back in, hopefully. Louie. Like I said, Helen reaches out to Steven to save her. She lies, manipulates. Steven gets there, and she's still playing on this lie. Oh, we got to get out of here. And then they're running, and they see that Cutter is in the corner. And then Steven's looking at Helen like, you know, what the hell? You told me he was dead. And then Cutter is just basically explaining to Steven, did you know about this? Like, you know, she's the one that did this, and she's working with Oliver Leek, and hold on. We are going to have to wait a second because I don't know if Louie can come back in. Let's try to see. Let's see what happens. Come on, Louie. Almost done. So, all right, I'll try to finish this out. I do apologize that Google is acting this way, but they find out that the sound in the main room would attract the futuristic predators, so they try to get them into the room where all the creatures could destroy each other. Then they try to escape the main. Oh, there's Louie. Hey, Louie.
Hello.
All right, Louie, finish it off. So I'm up to the part where Steven Steven is basically, he sees Cutter's alarm. I don't know why. It's Google's just schmoogle. But let's just continue. We're live.
Were we on the bit with Steven?
Right now, Steven just sees Cutter in the corner.
Oh, this is a really good scene because he thinks Cutter's dead, and Helen. This is basically Steven finding out Helen's lied, but she still twists it, and she still says he's behind it, Nick's behind it. Like, at this point, Cutter's really, you can see he's actually broken because he thinks Steven's behind it as well. And he says, "Look, I've never seen this place in my life. Like, what you knew about this?" And he goes, "Oh, have you told her what she's doing?" And it's just like, their friendship is like dead at this point. You can literally see like the anger in Cutter. It's scary. I don't know what you thought.
I thought it was a monumental thing. I mean, this scene. I thought it was
to me,
a really
that was
great
like
scene.
The end of their friendship.
Right. Well, just about. But then it's, look, they got to save the world because they can't have the futuristic predators get out there.
Yeah, they say like if these things get out, we're
it's bigger than their friendship. So the thing is that Helen tells them about the noise would bring them all to they have to get them into the central room, and a lot of the predators and the creatures fight each other and kill each other. You know? Yeah,
they say they have to fight to the death.
And then they go in there, and then they get them all in there, and they're about to escape, and then a raptor like latches onto Helen's foot. Cutter is like trying to pull her through, and Steven's trying to get her free.
And
then they wound up breaking the door, where now the creatures could get out.
So one of them's got to go back in.
And Cutter is like just done at this point. And
he's lost everything.
And he says, "You know what? I'm just going to go back." And then Steven's eyes like widen.
But they all have that kind of moment where they look at each other. They all look at Helen. Helen's just like, no. Then they look at Steven, and then he's just like, right, I'm going to do it. Cut. It's like, I'm done.
And
So
Steven's like in shock. Steven realizes, look, I did screw up. Cutter's right. Helen's wrong. He is my friend. He's going to risk his life for me, even though he's mad at me, even though he's mad at Helen.
And I think at that point he realizes if Cutter was behind this or knew about this,
he wouldn't risk his life.
Yeah.
So he decides to punch him in the face and then lock himself in the room with the creatures.
And you're just like, oh no!
Yeah.
Like,
it was just, and they didn't play no screaming, no nothing. You just instant.
There's no sad music.
It's instant, like so
just
fast.
Open the door. Open the door.
It happened so fast you didn't hear anything, and it was like
you just see Cutter shut his eyes and just break down
because all of them came at him at the same time. So he's like pieces everywhere, probably. And what I really disgusted me though about the scene is that, and I predicted it. She doesn't give a rat's ass about Steven dying. She wasn't upset at all.
Nope, she cried.
Not even 1%.
That's the difference between her and Cutter. Cutter's got compassion.
But she never loved Steven. She uses people.
It's like Cutter it's like Steven did the worst thing to Cutter that anyone could do. And he still was like, let me do it.
He redeemed himself. He redeems himself.
Yeah, he did. And it's like, as much as I dislike Steven for what he's done, he's very honourable. Like, I respect him for what, like he says, Labby and Connor to stay out of trouble. And that's his last words. He literally just goes in. And he just...
Then they have the funeral. They have the funeral, which is Caroline's there. They're all there.
And just to say, this is like one of my favourite scenes. I think it's really well shot. And the music, I don't know about you, where Cutter's, he's looking at the photo of Claudia Brown.
Yeah, like the funeral, it's amazing because it's like, you know, she walks over to him, Jenny Lewis, and, you know, he's like, you know what? It's time to move on.
He's like,
forget about the past.
To start again.
I don't have to lose. I don't have to be, you know, I can have something from this. So he rips up the picture and he walks with her because there's an anomaly, and now they don't have time to mourn anymore. They got to go take care of this anomaly. So they don't.
She says, go for a drink, like sometimes.
Yeah, and he says, yeah. And basically, they're all together. And it's funny how Connor's got a gun, like he's going to take up the role as, you know,
Steven.
Yeah, it's hysterical. But then you see Helen put some type of device on Steven's grave. Some type of thing. Yeah, she puts, and then she has all the guys, the cleaner, the people from the other season.
It's just the cleaner, the same guy.
The same guy is like cloned or alternate realities of him or something.
Different time zones.
And you're like, oh. And she's like, fear not, Steven. It's, you know, just hang in there and things could change. Meaning that to her, he's not dead. Steven.
And it's like, it's like last year ended on last series was a big.
Right, and you're like, what the fuck are you talking about? So in other words, he could come back now? Like, how the fuck is that possible? You know, and you just don't know what the fuck's happening.
Your head
Again, they hit us with a finale, and we're like, fucked. We're like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, what? Oh, my God. I mean, good finale. I mean, it's like, oh, shit. You know? But here's the thing. We got the season 1, and they didn't really resolve that. I mean, Claudia Brown's not back. So are they going to just play with our minds and just nothing's going to fucking happen from this either? Sort of like what we have with Moffat with Doctor Who, or what? I mean, so I'm just hoping that this shit gets resolved. Like, everything gets resolved.
I think you'll be happy with this resolution.
Okay. So, all right. So on that note, we had our season finale. Season 2 is done, in the bag.
How do you feel about series 2?
I really liked it. I kind of liked the first season more because I like Claudia Brown and I, you know, but then I kind of liked it more because it upped the game the second season.
The bigger creatures.
It was good season. It was more budget. It was more, the HQ was bigger. You know,
it was pushed more.
Yeah. And as the seasons go on, I'm sure they increase the budget. So I'm excited about season 3, which we'll try to gear. I don't know if we're going to be able to do it today, but we'll try to cover it.
We've got a week.
Yeah. I mean, even though the anniversary is here, we could still do Primeval. So
yeah, we can do it. And we're going to do our live reaction to episode 3.
Yes.
A lot of people have
Already keep
requested
talking
that.
about that. Yes. So
It's a big
don't
revelation.
spoil anything for me.
No spoilers, guys. Because
Okay.
all I've said is there's a revelation.
I'm not going to read the comments now because people are going to try to spoil it. But
No.
thank you very much, Louie. So we're going to try next time we come back. We might do a special to do a wrap up of the whole season 2, like we did with season 1. People could probably join in if we could do that, maybe by Sunday, and then we could try to do season 3. You know,
yeah, we can do the first 2 episodes.
The Primeval Cast special 2 will be consistent of the whole second season.
Yeah.
So we could do that at any time. We could even go right into season 3 and then go back to season 2, whatever. Yeah. So we'll see how it goes because, but again, we
promise we're going to do the series 3, episode 3 live.
Yes,
reaction.
You keep talking about it. Yes, we're going to do season 3.
No, I know, it's only because there's the live reaction, because a few people have requested that, and I've promised that that's going to be our tribute to the 10th anniversary, just a little treat.
Yes. All right, we will do that. Season 3, episode 3 live reaction.
So you can't watch that one?
All right. All right, Louie. Thank you very much.
Right,
thank you, everybody. Happy anniversary, Primeval. 10 years.
Happy anniversary.
All right. Take care. Bye for now.
Cheers.
Check out the Facebook page.
Oh, yeah.
Primeval Cast.
Before we go, there's a brand new site that's just been launched. I'll just get the website up. I've been asked to promote it, and I'm very happy to. Behind a new anniversary treat that's coming out called Primeval X that may feature some of the original cast of the show, which would be very interesting, and we could do like a reaction, whatever, to it, review.
Okay. When is that coming up?
It's going to be coming up this year.
Today? Oh,
not today, this year, because they're still getting voices and stuff. The site
is it animated?
I think it's going to be animated, but it's got the original cast.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting. The website's called theprimevalsite.weebly.com. Please check it out. It's up and running, and they're going to be adding stuff to it. So, yeah, please check that out.
All right. Thanks a lot, Louie. Thank you, everybody, for watching our casts. Hope to be back soon. Take care. Bye for now.
Bye, guys.